Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a new sample library from Herman Samples called Frozen Piano. So this is a lovely library. It's quite small in size, but it's really cool because it's almost like a few sample libraries placed into one while maintaining a nice portable size. So in addition to the regular piano, the felt piano, and the frozen piano, you also get these plucked effects. You get the glockenspiel and windspiel sound. You get some pads as well. So you actually get quite a full experience when it comes to the piano. Yeah, it's really cool. The interface is super simple. It's really beautiful to look at, which I like as well. And there's not that many options for you to tweak very much. You know, here you see you have EQ where you can dial in the frequency you want to, and then the gain and stuff. But other than that, you know, you have some attack, release, and then reverb options, which we'll go into in a second. So let me just load up felt piano for a second here. And then, yeah, I've also pulled up the softer felt piano as well as the echoer. Okay. So when you load up the library, this is what you see. You see the main and then the piano with all the different instruments split out into separate patches. And then we also have extra, which is the little glockenspiel and the windspiel, which is up here. And then you have the miscellaneous stuff like key noise and pedal noise, which you can see is right there. So let's go into the main patch first. And this is what the felt piano sounds like. And then you'll hear that, you know, that pedal release noise and the key noises that are being played as well at the same time. So the felt piano to me is really beautiful. Now you'll notice when you load up another instrument, like the frozen piano, for example, you'll see that the felt piano is still, those samples are still loaded in. So that means when you play them together, you're going to get, you know, those two sounds stacked on top of each other, which sounds like this. And so obviously this will take up a little more memory, a little more footprint. So what I'll do is actually take off the felt piano, and now you only have 37 megabytes being used. So frozen piano sounds like this. Really playable stuff. On this one, I probably put a little bit of reverb if I was going for something a little more ethereal, a little more magical. So to me, I mean, my personal favorite instrument is the felt piano. I think the sound is just really, really lovely. Let's hear the Icelander. Here's Icelander 2. The dynamic range on this instrument in general is not the hugest that you'll find in a piano sample library. It's respectable, you know. You can get some range out of it in terms of the dynamics, but especially for the felt piano, it's built in such a way that it's very steady for the dynamics, so you don't actually, you know, accidentally hit a note that's too hard and then it won't jump out at you when you listen back to it and stuff. So the dynamics, I would say, are relatively consistent. So this is me playing my quietest right now. And this is me playing my hardest. So even that there is a very, very quiet sound, right? Now, when it comes to the felt piano, on the other hand, the softer one, you have a few more tools here. So you have your tone. So bringing the tone up adds some more higher frequencies. When you bring it down, it gives you some lower ones. So let's see what that does. Now let me bring it down. Now it really sounds like there's a blanket. So now it's as if you're like below water, or you're hidden underneath something like maybe a blanket, right? So that's really cool. The range is more like a dynamic range here. So with this arrow here at the very bottom, this is saying like you can activate the softest dynamic layers, and here you can activate the loudest ones. So this is me playing my softest, and this is loudest. Right, so there's a little bit of range there, but if I bring it all the way down, then you'll only get the softest ones. No matter how hard I play, it's always going to sound the same. Right? So let's bring that back up there. Cool. Then you can get rid of some pedal noises and key noises if you want to. I don't really mind those there. Cool. Okay, before I go to the echoer, let me show you the Dreamer. So this is what Dreamer sounds like. Really cool. So they seep out of nowhere basically. Let me play a single note like C. And you kind of get this delayed effect as it fades away, which is cool. So then the echoer is interesting because it is kind of like a quicker delay thing. It goes like. Let's see what we can do with the time here. Ooh. Interesting there. I'm just playing around with this a little bit. Let's see, what if I bring it all the way up? So it's still holding the chords that I actually played beforehand, which is pretty cool. Let me turn that down. You have pan and you have feedback. Let's turn the feedback back a little bit. Now let's turn it up. There's kind of like a delay echo sound right there. So let's say I don't want very much of that. I'll just turn that down. So by default, I think it comes out at maybe this much. Kind of nice. Just like an extra effect there. Let's go to the Windspiel here. Nice. How about the Glockenspiel? All right, Everest. So I think this is basically the Everest patch being processed by delay and all that stuff in the echoer patch. So the Everest is kind of like the source material for the echoer patch here. Kind of a cold, chilly sound, which makes sense given the name. Then we have two pads. And then, yeah, it fades away pretty quickly, so you'll need some reverb on that. And then finally, the second pad. Let's go a little lower. So, it really does give us the sensation of it being cold and very, very frigid. I mean, when you watch a lot of these icy type of movies, the films with cold atmospheres, you kind of hear these high frequency types of instruments with a lot of the low stuff taken out, and it feels like a lot of these instruments have that type of sound and texture to them, with the exception of the felt piano. It feels like all of the instruments have this texture of just being a little on the bright side, a little, it has more of those high frequencies. So Herman's done a really good job here. And like I said, the library is quite small, so it's not that much to find, but what you do find is quite special, especially that felt piano, which is basically the favorite felt piano that I do own. So let me just play a little bit more on this piano. So yeah, just a really lovely sound there. And if you didn't want to, if you just wanted to do a piano solo, you might not even need to add your own reverb to that. I think a little bit would be nice, but in general, Patrick's done a fantastic job just giving us out-of-the-box playability with this library. And again, you get these extra effects like the Glock and the Windspiel to add that extra touch of iciness on top of your productions, which is really cool. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and that is the Frozen Piano library. I really appreciate it, and let me know your thoughts down below if you own this library, if you're considering it. Yeah, let me know what you think of the demos and everything, and hopefully this is giving you a little bit of an insight into the individual sounds a little bit more, what they sound like, and I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.